Beyonce snubbed from the CMAs, right? The Country Music Awards.
When NBC 10 Boston brought up that Cowboy Carter didn't get any nominations from the Country Music Association during her satellite interview with Kelly Clarkson as she promoted season 6 of the Kelly Clarkson Show, Kelly didn't know at all about it.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I kind of find it fascinating because I feel like those songs were everywhere, but...
Well, yeah, fueled by streams and sales, Texas Hold'em stayed at number 1 on the Billboard Country chart for 10 weeks. Yeah, so the general public was listening, and no doubt the country radio station managers were listening as well. But yeah, they didn't actually play it.
And I'll be damned if I can't slow dance with you. Come pour some sugar on me, honey, too.
Only 8 out of a potential 150 country music radio stations added it to their playlist. Texas Hold'em debuted at number 54 on the country radio airplay chart. Cowboy Carter moved 407,000 units in its first week, which remains the second biggest debut week of the year.
I'm not like shocked by it, the news, but it is, at the end of the day, I mean, I've always kind of learned in this industry, it's not necessarily about the awards and it's not necessarily about any of that really. It's just people are showing up though, right?
And this topic led Kelly to reveal that she once considered doing a full country album.
I grew up on country music. I imagine Beyonce did too. We're both Texans, so you can't escape it, you know, growing up there.
Now, piece by piece, I had to figure out when this actually occurred in the Kelly Clarkson timeline. Because, yeah, Kelly's dabbled in country music several times.
I'd already had some success, like, you know, duet-wise with people.
You die, I heard you cry every night in your sleep. Don't you want to stay here a little while?
Kelly and her label capitalized on her new notoriety in the country music scene and released a country version of Mr. Know-It-All, the first hit of her Stronger album that came out 6 months prior.
'Cause baby, you don't know a thing about me.
Later that year, Kelly was nominated for Female Vocalist of the Year, at the CMA Awards. And 2 days before that award show, she released Don't Rush, one of 3 original songs to be included on her Greatest Hits Chapter 1 album that came out 2 weeks later, and she performed Don't Rush with Vince Gill on CMAs.
Wishing every day was Sunday, you're right next to me.
It was released exclusively to country radio as a single. It peaked at number 23 on the Billboard Country chart in April 2013.
See the way you're looking at me.
So kind of promising. And then less than 2 months later, Kelly tied up her 3rd country music release. Tied Up was a standalone single that dropped in June 2013 and once again was released exclusively to country radio. Tied Up debuted at number 52 on the country radio airplay charts. Do you remember where Texas Hold'em debuted? 54. Yeah. So this would be when Kelly and her label went, what gives? Like, Kelly's got the notoriety. The Recording Academy had nominated her in the country categories. She won at the ACMs with Jason, and she was nominated again at the CMAs for Female Vocalist of the Year in 2013.
We make a joke of it on my team because people introduce me as country music superstar Kelly Clarkson. I'm like, I've never had one album in country music. I'm like, okay. I've got several pop hits, but
yeah, radio was not biting. So that's when they went for a bite.
Like, I was told at a lunch, if I didn't quit pop music and just go country, I would not be played. I was literally told that to my face at a lunch, and I was like, okay, I mean, no offense, but like, I'm not ever gonna just pick one.
I know some people are speculating that that was Kelly's label that said that to her. No, absolutely not. This was country radio station managers.
I was so bummed. They literally, I really wanted to kind of go that way, and then I was just told they wouldn't play my music unless I quit pop. And I was like, how can I quit pop with like so many hits of pop?
But
like,
also,
what?
Kelly...
Anyway.
And yeah, I mean, they can't control what Kelly sings in concert, but what the message really is there is, you know, if you're going to come to country music, you're going to play by our rules. You're no superstar here, Kelly Clarkson. In this genre, the country radio station managers hold all the power. Like, they're the ones that are wined and dined. They are the VIPs.
All right, I left that lunch going, oh, it was nice to meet you. Like, you know, it's and not gonna work out, you know. So and that's okay.
Country radio is still very old school. Like, they're not on, you know, the iHeart Radio Network or Sirius XM. Some of them are, of course. But yeah, there's a bunch of, you know, local independent radio stations in Wyoming and Mississippi and West Virginia and Tennessee and Texas. And, you know, you got to go charm Bill in Wyoming at that station. You got to go charm George in Wyoming at KTL, blah, blah. Yeah, so you have to go and shake hands and get them to play your music. For her 9th album, Sheryl Crow made a country music record.
I think what I didn't really realize is that not only did I not fit in there as far as what the format is now, that women don't hold a place at country radio.
I remember Cheryl saying in another interview that, yeah, she'll never do another country music album because, yeah, you have to go around to all the individual radio stations and, yeah, shake hands with the station manager and charm them to get them to play your song. Like, she was like, no, I'm not doing this again.
The format is such that there's a lot of work that goes into it that's much more commerce-based than just going out and playing music. And it was, I loved making the record, but the format is a place that I definitely don't belong.
If Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Sheryl Crow, whose library has a huge country element to it, despite it not being recorded in Nashville or marketed as country music, was unwelcome at country radio, despite making an album that, catered to country radio, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror.
And I thought, it would be a more welcoming environment, but it really wasn't.
Now, I suspect that Kelly's lunch was at CRS, which is the Country Radio Seminar. That happens every year in Nashville, and literally, it's all the country radio station managers coming to Nashville, being wined and dined. Yeah, all the artists come, and they perform like little mini concerts for them in private venues, and they have to sit with them and small talk with them to charm them, to get them to play the music on the radio. Miranda, Carrie, Luke, Midland, Lady Antebellum, they all have to do it. And you can see how these station managers would get a little, an ego about them, a little bit of power trip, because you have these superstars, kind of treating them like the VIPs.
It's a bummer sometimes, but you just kind of, find your way of doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So, in terms of when this actually happened in the Kelly Clarkson timeline, Tied Up was her last country music release.
I did even try years ago.
After that, which I'm guessing is when this whole little meeting happened. Her next album was Piece by Piece, and there's no country on that whatsoever. Good Goes the Bye, and apparently that song was originally, the demo was originally country, but Kelly made it pop.
Wrong goes the right, good goes the bye.
The Good said goodbye to country radio. Maren Morris co-wrote Second Wind.
You can't forget about me. While you were looking, I was getting even higher.
Maren's demo was country, but once again, Kelly made it pop, so she was not doing country anymore.
Any second, I'ma catch my second wind.
So that's the marker of when this great country music experimentation came to an end. Now, the only thing I'm surprised about with this is when she decided to do it. It was after Stronger, when she won Best Pop Vocal Album again for the second time. But the rest of the story does not surprise me at all. But what are your thoughts on, Kelly almost doing a country music album and saying, oh no, I don't want to be here?
That's why I didn't pursue it myself, because it just seemed like the door was closed unless I was just all in.